Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can all see and hear me okay. Welcome to the live Back on Track celebration event, which is being run by Extern this morning. My name is Matthew McCreary, and the spectral strange figure you see around me is my background, but don't let that put you off. I'm the communications officer with Extern, so I'm going to be running this event in the background today. I just want to run through a little bit of housekeeping with you, and we're going to have a number of videos and a few speakers today, and there will be an opportunity towards the end for a question and answer session. So if you're joining us as an attendee, you can ask questions by adding, just typing them into the chat function, which you should be able to see. I think it's over to the right of your screen. I'll be monitoring that throughout the event and take note of any questions, and we will put them to Fergal, who is going to be the MC and host of the event today. Hopefully you all have good, strong internet connections. If you find that you drop out or you bounce out of it for some reason, if you please just click back onto the link that you were sent to join the event in the first place, and you should be able to get back on without any issue. You also have my email address from when I sent you the invite, so if you have any problems, just drop me an email. I'll try and keep an eye on my email at the same time. Thank you again for joining us on this lovely Friday morning. I'm going to hand you over now to Fergal McSwine, who is the project manager of Back on Track, and Fergal is going to be your host for today. So that's over to you now, Fergal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Creggan and Brandywell, manager of the Back on Track project. I want to welcome everybody here today for the successful completion of the Back on Track project. When we commenced the project, we acknowledged the challenges and planned for them. However, none of us foreseen the pandemic. Yet undeterred, we took a positive view and met these challenges head on. It's what the people of this city, this community deserved. We've a running order today where we at Back on Track are well acquainted to run an off script. Today we'll keep the script, and we'll introduce our first minister, or our first speaker, Aileen Darcy, the chair of Extern Northern Ireland.
That's you, Aileen.
Thanks very much, and good morning. As chair and on behalf of Extern Northern Ireland, I would like to warmly welcome and thank everyone for attending this online celebration this morning. I'd like to particularly welcome Michelle O'Neill, who's joining us virtually through a video presentation. Also Lucy Geddes, who's Communities and Transformation Project Manager with Cooperation Ireland, and also Conor McLean, a young service user on the project. And we very much look forward to hearing from you later on. As Ireland's leading social justice charity, we in Extern understand only too well how an opportunity can change a person's life for the better. We are in the fortunate position of being able to offer so many opportunities to so many people from a diverse range of backgrounds and personal circumstances. That is a tremendous privilege and responsibility that we don't take lightly. And this attitude is very much reflected in the successes of the project we're here today to celebrate. When Back on Track launched last summer, it was amid a period of great upheaval. Many people faced real uncertainty over their futures and their employment, and so it was certainly a challenging time to be launching an employability project. Those challenges are still present for so many, but for dozens of people who took part in Back on Track, there is new hope for the future. The training and opportunities provided by this project have enabled those people to make a positive transformation in their lives. Of those who signed up to take part, one person is now pursuing his dream of setting up his own video production company. Another is pursuing a career as a journalist, while another is channeling his own life experiences into becoming a youth worker. And we really wish them and all the other participants every success for the future. These are just so many of the many people this project has supported, with many more been given the tools they need to make a positive chart in their new path in their lives. These achievements haven't been possible without the hard work and dedication of the Back on Track team, led by the project manager Fergal McSwine and Lindsay O'Neill, his deputy. And I really commend their hard work and dedication throughout what has been a challenging time. I would also like to thank our funders most sincerely for enabling this project to happen. I hope that you find much inspiration from this celebratory event, because indeed there is much to celebrate. So thank you again for joining us this morning, and please enjoy the session. Thank you.
And that's over to you, Fergal. Oh, you're on mute. Sorry, Fergal.
Sorry, folks. Thank you, Aidan, for your kind words. Now we're going to look at a successful year with a Back on Track.
Okay. Okay, Fergal, over to you. That's you,
Our next
Fergal.
guest speaker has sent us a video message. I'd like to introduce the Deputy First Minister of Northern Ireland, Michelle O'Neill.
Hello everyone, I'm delighted to join you to celebrate the success of this important Communities in Transition programme. With the impacts of the pandemic being felt right across our community, this employability project for the Creggan and the Brandywell area could not have been more timely, both in terms of providing support and training that enabled local people to access employment, but also by providing employers with much needed support. Like all CIT projects, this employability initiative was designed to build confidence and resilience in those most vulnerable, to coercive control, to support them to make positive life choices, and also to enable them to transform their lives. I have been really impressed by the positive outcomes of this programme so far and the difference that it's making right across the community. The progress being made in Derry is so encouraging to see, and it's a real mark of our commitment to investing in developing the city as a whole, and indeed the entire wider Northwest region, for the benefit of all people. From the £250 million city deal to the new graduate entry medical school at Magee, the regeneration of the Ebrington site, the major redevelopment of Meanan Square, and the many other great projects that are being delivered through our urban villages and communities in transition programmes. Like this one, we are making great strides forward. So thank you. Thank you for all your work to deliver this project, and well done to all the participants. Enjoy the rest of your event.
Fergal, that's over to you.
Thank you very much, Deputy First Minister. Now we have another video that's some of the participants of the project from the past year. You know, there's a lot I can say about this, but I'm going to let the video speak for itself.
Okay.
My name's Gareth McCaffrey, I'm 18 and I'm from Creggan and Derry.
My name's Conor McLean, I'm 29 and I'm from the Brandywell.
My name's Rory Campbell, I'm 23 and I'm from Creggan.
My name's Jason Kerlin, I'm 23 years old and I'm from the Creggan area.
Dropped out of school at 16, tried to do a bit of time on the tech but didn't really enjoy it, so I dropped out of that too after a couple of months. I was going for months with no work and it sort of made things tough around, family wise and household wise, me just sitting about and I had no income and it was awful.
Well, for the history of the conflict here, people, it's easy to fall into illegal organisations and things. I've fallen under the wrong crowd with myself in the past. But with believing in yourself and your talents and your skills, that's how most people really get beyond the bitterness here and the conflict.
What we have known from young people in the past is that if they don't have that sense of belonging, if they don't feel like they belong within the community, then they try and find something, and that could be some form of organisation or group of people that are involved in the negative side that we see within the community, or it goes down the road of engaging in substance abuse and alcohol abuse.
These are high-risk areas where there's weekly shootings, there's drugs, there's paramilitaries, gangs. These young people are at risk every day of being recruited. They're continuously being groomed. They're looking up to these individuals and seeing a difference that they see that they're making in the community, and they see that as a sense of identity that they want to belong to, and it's a false sense of identity. Through training, education and employment, there's a way out.
Whenever I heard about the course, how it could help me get all this gear and kind of jumpstart my business that I want to create for myself, it was an amazing thing to hear. It completely changed my life.
I suppose for us, when we first met Rory, we realised we'd discovered a diamond, really. He's a super talented young fella, educated at a high level, but unfortunately the work opportunities wasn't there. But by him taking part in this, he was able really to follow his dream of being a filmmaker, and he's, over the last 6 months, he's been working with us, helping us make great films, documentaries, and you can just see that confidence building every day, his idea generation stuff. So the world's his oyster going forward. Back on Track programs really helped me. I've learned a lot more about the workplace. I've learned a lot more about animals and pets that I wouldn't even have known. Week one, I was a bit stuttering over my words at the start, trying to talk to people, a wee bit shy, not saying anything. But I feel like now I'm a lot more out of my shell than what I was 6 months ago.
I think Back on Track is a great programme because initially Jason wouldn't be very talkative if he came to an interview. He was quite quiet, he was quite introvert. I don't think that he would have been able to pass that interview stage, but with working with Jason and be able to get that time that the Back on Track programme provide has shown that Jason is actually a really key member of our team here. So it's really great to be able to see an ending like that.
The Extern Back on Track project has been a runaway success. The figure stands at the minute, it is 69% to date have secured a permanent role at the end of their placement, which is fantastic. Some of them have said to me this experience has been life-changing for them.
One of the best things to come out of this programme for me is the employment that I have now in this building in St Mary's. The dream job that I've always wanted to do, and I have now applied to McGee University to do my level 4, which is a cert in youth work, and from the cert you go on and do your full degree in youth work. So it's just basically sets me up for my entire career. I've got a lot more confidence in myself. I've my head hangs far higher when I'm walking around Creggan, and see even just walking about the community and all the young ones coming up and trying to talk to you, what's the crack, and just knowing that you play a part in the community. It's great. It makes you feel great about yourself.
The Back on Track programme really supports the talents and skills of the individual, and that directs you towards the industry that you're most suited to, which I think is unbelievable, really. Most people aren't really given that opportunity to go and pursue what they love. It's changed my life dramatically, really.
To the people who have funded this project and created this idea and seen it through, thank you so much, because you helped to change my life, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Okay, Fergal. Oh, you're on mute.
Alright folks, I'm sure you'd all agree that was a fantastic contribution. And here with me this morning from the video is Connor, and I'm going to ask Connor a few questions. How are you, Connor?
Good.
How did you come to join Back on Track project?
Well, I saw the opportunity posted on social media, and I thought, why not? So jumped at the chance.
Superb, right? And how did you find the experience?
Thought it was a very positive experience, taught me a lot, and it allowed me to go to college and study this career in journalism. So
and where were you placed?
I was placed in the Derry Journal.
How did that work out for you? Did you secure employment?
I did, which was unbelievable. How fast it happened. I never thought I could secure a job with a local paper so quickly.
And do you feel in the future that the experience you're having here will enhance further employment?
Oh, definitely. This programme gave me the tools and equipment needed to do the job. So it only gain further employment out of this.
Superb. And what do you think was successful about it, and would you recommend it to someone else, like friends or others in the community?
I highly recommend it to other people in my community. It's a one-off experience, and certainly for the rest of your life. Even if one person secures employment, then that's a success.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd recommend the Back on Track to anyone.
Superb. Thank you, Connor. Thank you. I'm sure you'll agree that Connor's a young man with a bright future ahead. Our next guest speaker is Lucy Geddes, a project manager from Communities in Transition. Lucy.
That's you, Lucy.
Hi everybody, hi Fergal. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come and be with you here today. My name's Lucy Geddes, and I'm the project manager for the Communities in Transition project right across all of the 8 areas, including Creggan and Brandywell. And I've had the privilege, I suppose, really of being involved in this project right from its initial conception through to witnessing the outcomes and the difference that it's made in the lives of individuals. And listening through the presentations today and reflecting back on the journey that this project has taken, I'm really struck by the importance of partnership working and collaboration between both extern and the community partners that they've been working with employers and with service users themselves. Really at Corporation Island, we see partnership working and collaboration as the best way of making change in the lives of individuals and community and society as a whole. So I really hope that the relationships that have been developed through this project are continued into the future and used to make both the lives of individuals better, but also the community as a whole. I'd also like to just take a minute to pay tribute to the team at Extern, particularly Lindsay and Fergal. And it's been their commitment, their understanding and their passion for the project that's made a real difference to the lives of individuals. And really throughout the project, no ask was too big or too small, and the tenacity that they showed through all the challenges that COVID presented was really humbling to witness. I mean, I suppose Back on Track has done exactly what it said on the tin. It's been about supporting individuals who were at risk or who were vulnerable to maybe being drawn into criminal activity, to negative influences within the community, to provide them with that alternative pathway that's going to make a difference throughout their lives and the lives of the wider community. And really just want to say we've been delighted to have played a small part in making this happen, and thanks to everybody involved, and best wishes for the future.
Chief Fergal.
Yeah, well, thank you, Lucy, and thank you for all support over the last year. Communities in Transition has been fantastic. Now I'm going to invite some Q&A from our online guests if you have any questions you'd like answered from ourselves.
Just to come in, we had a very nice comment from our Director of Services in Northern Ireland, Thelma Abernethy. Thelma says, "Very well done to everyone involved. It shows when the right environment is created, individuals can excel and communities can benefit. Real community development in action." So yeah, I think that's a fair comment. Fergal, I've got a question we could put to you. It came by email. Can you maybe just outline a bit about the challenges you and the team faced in getting people to sign up for the programme in the first instance? I mean, given the context, we were in the middle of a pandemic. What were the challenges you faced?
Well, I suppose first of all, as you mentioned it, we were in the middle of a pandemic. Workplaces were closing. Jobs that we previously identified to that were gone. However, Extern as an organisation thrive when challenged. We never do take the easy option. Some people within the communities, it can be difficult to reach how they viewed the project, their scepticism. However, through solid foundations, relationships, we were able to break down those barriers and build trust. It grew through word of mouth and through the local services, youth services within the communities, such as St Mary's and Long Tower Youth Club. The employers in the main were really interested. The businesses were struggled, and this eased the burden, the financial impact that they were getting during that pandemic. So in a sense, it was perfect timing for businesses. It just helped reduce the negative effect on them.
Okay. Is there a potential as well that this kind of a project could be trialled in other areas, or was it particular to the issues faced in Creggan and Brandywell?
Well, look, see, the aims of the project primarily is tackling paramilitarism, and tackling paramilitarism through training and employment, breaking that cycle through meaningful jobs where people can have a career. We were building capacity through confidence, building people's confidence. These issues are faced quite a few communities in Northern Ireland. All we need to do is look out our windows, open our doors, and turn on the television. Our communities are faced with a lack of opportunities, and it's a breeding ground for sinister elements who give a false sense of belonging. So yeah, it could be rolled out across communities to give opportunities to people with pride, suppose a positive pathway in their lives.
Fantastic. And maybe a question for Conor. What are your plans now in journalism? Do you see this as a long-term career path for you?
Yes, 100%. The editor really, we got on right away, and I really appreciate how quickly I've taken to the job. So I'm going to work now and do more freelance journalism and do more stories and contribute to my community by telling the truth.
Fantastic. And just to come back to you, Fergal, we've had another question. What do you think are the important aspects of the programme that commissioners need to include in projects going forward?
It's seeing required the funding and recognising the difficulties in moving and engaging within these communities. The opportunities provided. With the likes of Conor, we were really supplying with, and Rory would have been the same, the equipment in order to bring them forward. So it was very well funded in that sense, and this in itself helped break down the barriers and help them enhance their careers. As Aideen says herself, there's a young man who's out working himself now, and he was telling me the jobs he was getting. So yeah, the commissioners, they look at our programme and how communities in transition, how TEO, and they're driving and bringing that forward.
Fantastic. Okay. I don't think we have any more questions for now. If anyone has any more questions, they can jump in. If you think of any in the next until before the end of the project. Okay, Fergal, I think we can move on to the next speaker.
All right. Well, thank you for your questions. I'm glad you're choosing that, they make them too difficult. Our next speaker is, to close off the event, is Danny McQuillan, CEO of Extern. Danny.
Thank you so much, Fergal, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us today at this really special event. And I would especially like to thank our speakers, Michelle O'Neill, Deputy First Minister, for providing her support and taking time out of what is a very busy schedule, I'm sure, at the minute, to record a video message of support. Lucy Geddes, Communities and Transformation Project Manager for Cooperation Ireland. And also a big thank you to Connor, who I believe celebrated a significant birthday recently. Connor, I could only hope to celebrate that birthday again. Very jealous, but I know you've enjoyed a really successful experience as a reporter with the Derry Journal newspaper, so thank you, Connor. Now, many people might have thought it slightly unwise to be opening an employability project right in the middle of a global pandemic and the worst annual economic decline for over 300 years. Certainly when we launched the Back on Track project last year, we were all feeling rather unsure as to what the future might hold. However, anyone that knows Extern and our work will know that we're an organisation that thrives when challenged. That's because we work with and support some of the most vulnerable and isolated people in our community, people who others may have written off or cast aside. Where others see adversity, though, we see opportunity for those who may have given up hope or who feel they may have nothing to offer. Unfortunately, the challenges of our past continue to make their presence felt upon our future, especially for our younger generations. This is why programmes like Communities in Transition are so vital in helping us find new ways of breaking out of that cycle of deadlock, and I commend the Executive Office and Cooperation Ireland for their hard work and ingenuity in devising and managing this fantastic positive programme. As you have seen and heard at today's event, and the people who engaged in the Back on Track programme have so much to offer. I am truly inspired to see how well they've done in their journey with us, and I know this is due to their hard work and dedication and to the supports provided by the fantastic Extern team. I have every confidence that they will build upon what they have learned and achieved to help inspire others within their community. I would just like to thank you all once again for joining us today and for sharing in the achievements of this wonderful programme, and I look forward to many more successes to come. Thank you, everyone, and I'll now hand back to Fergal.
Okay. Fergal, I'll just jump in here. Sorry, this is Matt again. Just had another wee question come in. Well done to everybody involved. Is there another Back on Track programme being held in the future?
Well, we're currently running a 12-week extension. So this has helped us identify new funding streams. So we're very hopeful. I suppose I'll take this opportunity to thank TEO again for their drive and vision in taking this forward.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I suppose to close it off, I'd like to thank Danny for his input there. Before I go, I'd like to say, I suppose, a special word of thanks to our participants and employers, which there are just too many to name, but they show great determination and resilience to overcome barriers within their own life and to achieve good success. To our staff team who worked on what was always going to be a challenging project, never mind a challenging COVID environment. So from Marie, David, Chris, Sonia, Lenora, and Michael, or Michal, and Lindsay O'Neill, a special word of thanks to them. I'd like to also thank CIT and TEO for their support and guidance over the year, and the Lindsay Armstrong Media for the great work she did with the participants. A special word of thanks too will be the Extern's Positive Learning for their patience with us throughout the year. And lastly, to our steering group, who always took a time out of their busy schedules to support and inform us in moving forward. So thank you everybody for the past year. It really means a lot to us all.
Brilliant. Okay, folks, and thank you very much. Just to say, if you have any further questions or anything like that, please drop me an email and I can pass it on to the team and we can come back to you. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us this morning for this fantastic event, which is celebrating a really fantastic project which has made such a great difference. Thank you all again.